second SubDAOification session. I'm going to try and lead you through this, what we got on the plate here. We're going to try a little exercise for the bulk of this. We're going to be working within small groups in different voice channels that we have here in our Discord. So the way I would like to structure this session is we're first going to just look at the info. This is stuff that's been posted in the forum. This stuff is no secret. A lot of you have already started looking at this. Basically, we're going to spend maybe about 5 to 7 minutes here where I'm just going to show you guys all of the info. And then we're going to break off and we're going to do some exercises using some of the responses I've collected from a few of you, plus the info that we've already collected from time reports and doing our cost reporting. Once we come back from those groups, I'm going to leave about like 20, maybe 25 minutes to do that exercise in the groups. If there's time, we're going to come back to this answer that we asked at the first session of like, based on what you know now and doing the exercise, can groups make sense? Sorry, I think I clipped out. We're still got me? Good, okay. And then if there's time for that, then at the end, we're going to do a little summary. So it's like, okay, how was this process? Was it useful? If we can improve it, and then hopefully find some next steps for the SubDAOification. Anyone need to say anything before I start? Okay. All right. Okay, so let's start with the intro here. From talking to many of you and listening to what we say in the forum, to what some people have said on one-on-ones, some basic things that I think we're starting to come around on in like general themes. Products, programs, projects are at the forefront of Giveth. These become our working groups. Guilds or chapters exist in the background, and they contain loose formations of people that like have the same skills. So if you can think of, this is typical, we can have like a writers, back-end engineers, front-end engineers, designers, token engineers, all these people that kind of have the same skill sets, hang out in guilds, and guilds choose how to organize themselves by having, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly meetings, Discord support channels, and they're there basically to do peer review of each other's work and to provide support to each other and maintain consistency and cohesion. So, products at the front, service-based guilds or skill-based guilds at the back. But the main thing here is that we allocate our time. You spend your time and you bill your hours to these products. And so that keeps it there. That moves us away from skill-based working groups into product-based working groups, and then we allocate our time in there. Long-term goal, so not right away, don't freak out, but transition salaried contributors into payments from working groups once the working groups have their own budgets that they manage. Retire role proposals and allow Giveth to receive external working group proposals that have new contributors inside of them. So we kind of decentralize the whole process. What I hope to get from this session, to hear what people think in terms of what working groups could exist going into the future. Contributors and current working group leaders feel empowered on effectively being able to sort all of these products, programs, projects into working groups that make sense, they're appropriately sized, and have clear goals and budgets. People feel ready to write working group proposals. And the last thing I want is to gather context to bring to a future Giveth Stewards session. So I think, building on what Lauren started with the first one, bring all of this info to the table and organize a second one. Okay. Just going to go over this really quickly here. We're going to use all of this info in this column for the exercise. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead, feel free to write them in the chat. these are some stuff that Fershell and I collected from some current working group leads right now. Not all of them, but some of them. So examples like of products or projects or programs that according to them could become working groups. Things like Meet the Makers, the Ambassador Program, Rewards, GiveFi, DAO Development, Social Media Team, Givebacks, Quadratic Funding, Documentation, and then some other stuff here that maybe has a little bit less detailed information, like Donations Growth Team, Fundraisers, Integrations, and some notes from a Griff at the bottom because he didn't quite get around to finishing, but it's fine. So some of the ones above, you can see that don't freak out about these numbers or anything. This is like very, very loose estimates. So it's like if your name isn't on there or the hours are wrong, this is not anything set in stone, but this is just what we're going to play with for the exercise, okay? So you can see there's like, you know, potential, who's on the team, how many hours a month do they work, what would be the monthly budget, some things like high-level goals, what would be their deliverables or like metrics that they track to know if they're successful. And so we work with Fershell to get some of these like rough numbers in there as well. Next thing over here, this is real numbers, okay? These are current working group costs for January and February this year. So you can see the circles, how much they cost, and then broken down by each working group. This is all based on the hours that contributors actually reported and through their time reporting. And then you can see they're also broken down by how many hours people claim monthly to each respective working group. So you hear for January, you hear for February. Again, this is all information that was in our forum, so none of this was kept hidden anywhere. So you can see for Communitas, Communications, Development, Give Economy, DAO, Governance, HR, Fundraising, etc. So yeah, all of the info is here, just to give everybody a bit more context going into this. Okay, that's kind of the intro. Any pause here for questions? Lauren's got a scrungy face on. Okay.
I didn't ever see these hours before, so some of them were like,
Uh-oh, a related scrunchy face. Okay, so I'll leave this here. I can see everybody's little cursors floating around and like, you know, dodging to the different things here. Okay, so this next part is going to be a little bit tricky, and I apologize. This is like pretty new for me, but we're going to try and go through this process based on like people understanding how much we're spending and where people are allocating their hours now to specific working groups. We're going to try on these new ones that are proposed to go through this methodology and see if it works, see if people are comfortable with it, and see if people get a better idea of how we should organize our working groups. So there's 5 here. We don't need to use all 5, but there's 5 kind of groupings I made. Some of them were like governance, some of them are based on communications, some of them are based on, you know, what people from Communitas said. Some of them are related to the Give Economy, and then like separate like development ones as well. So each one of these kind of correlates to responses that I got from a single person. And I would like to assign an exercise leader who's going to just take on like a single column, you know, and then work with like a small group of people that go into a breakout room and then go through this together. So theoretically, the leader should be the person who's probably going to have to write this working group proposal. So if you're not sure, it's like, okay, if you propose this and you have an idea and you want to try the methodology, then this would be the time to, you know, do it live. So for this first one here, there's kind of like a rewards, DAO development one here. It's only got 2 sections in it, so it's, probably manageable for 20 minutes. Does anybody feel called to lead this column with like a small group of people? Try it out. Maybe a Franco, or I can take it.
I can do it.
Okay, great. Great. Next one, comms related things. Corey or Lauren, but I think Lauren wants to do give economy.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm actually just trying to find it.
It's over here. I got it on my screen here, and I'll write your name in big letters, Corey.
Thanks.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Good. And like any questions, like I'll just be floating around. And this one was from the Communitas side, and so it's like breaking these things out. I'm looking at maybe an Ashley or a Nicola.
Yeah, I'm down.
You're down. Okay. Nicola. Okay. And this one is all give economy things.
We'll do it.
Okay. And like somewhere in the process, we might think like that, oh, maybe these don't make sense at all, and maybe they need to be in like a DApp or like a fundraising or something like that. But it's like I asked the question and these were the answers. So like let's see how it works. And Griff, he's already put his name here. He's like, yeah, give me that one. Okay. Okay, cool. How many people are we got in this room here? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 people. So I'm going to say we will split up into different rooms depending on what person took over. You can follow them into a room. And generally we should have around 3 to 5 people in each room, maybe 3 to 6, something like that. Yes, go ahead.
I'm just a little confused, Mitch. So, like, the most valuable feedback I think would come from the people who are like most actively participating in those working groups. But then, like, I don't know. I can't be in all these places, and also I'm like, I want Amin and Monique, but then who's going with Griff to talk about QF? I guess just you. You know what I mean? Like, how do we split up the people in a way that's logical? We just send them to wherever.
Well, it's going to be based on their interest and generally where they contribute. I understand though it's tough because Laura, you have so many contexts on like different things.
Yeah, but also like, and also I'm just thinking about like the team for the give economy is like the people in this call is like, mostly Amin, and then we don't have like Cherika Mohammed and stuff like that, Monique, but then they should also go with like the QF stuff. Anyway,
I wish they were here. I wish they were here.
Well, okay. I guess we'll just try our best then.
Well, try your best, and and use your best judgment. You always do. Else you can get. I can't force people to come to this call, so that's how it is. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys a channel to go in, and we're gonna put 20 minutes on the board. If you need more time, just like scream at me. But we're gonna try and do it in 20 minutes and see how far we get. Any other questions before we break off?
It's one person per column. So like for instance, the Communitas one, it'll be Nicola doing Meet the Makers and Ambassador program.
Yeah, unless you guys want to switch off. Like I just, somebody to just kind of, lead the group from one part to the next.
Okay. Well, either way, I just want to clarify. So
yeah, so one person kind of leading a column, which is a grouping of maybe related things.
So yeah, to me, I'm like super down to take it, but I'm a little confused on like what exactly am I doing here with my group?
Okay. Yeah. So here it is, the task. Go through the methodology with each proposed working group. Compare it against other working groups, maybe existing or proposed. So that's like all the ones that we showed. you have a list of all of the ones that exist, and then like maybe the most relevant existing working group that would like be around this stuff. And then you have the scoring method here. And so you're leading a discussion, and then you try and like derive and see what the score would be for each section or for each question.
Okay. Interesting. Let's try.
Yeah, I think we can figure it out together. Let's get in the channel and we'll go through
Let's
it.
try it out. Okay. All
I
right.
mean, maybe
So-
wouldn't it make more sense to try to do like one as an example before jump? Because honestly, I'm confused as well, and I
Yeah,
feel like
sure.
I'm gonna end up with just like one or two people in my channel, and we're all gonna be confused. I'm supposed to lead it.
I'm also a little concerned about doing 4 of these in 20 minutes. Is that the idea here?
Yeah. If as far as you can get, it's no problem. It's just an exercise. It's no problem. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to take on maybe one of these 4 that Corey has in hers. So let's try this out first. We'll try it live, and then we'll see how people feel about it, and then we'll try and break off and do this. So here we're looking at email and communications. So we can see we've got, email, we've got these people on the list. We've got the budget, we've got the high level goals, we've got the deliverables. And that's all kind of like real rough there. And what do we have as the first thing? Does it have a leader? Okay. Is there somebody who's leading like email communications right now? So
Should we just collaborate? I would say no, although we desperately need one.
Yeah, that Griff's got it. He's in there, he's putting in the thing. Oops, that's freaking massive.
Yeah, and it's interesting, shall I create these items that you provided in the Miro, or
What do you mean
go
curated
with the
items?
I suggested something in the sheet, but I can't find.
I didn't have any. You didn't give me all the team, or like you didn't give me the hours or anything, so I couldn't really use it like in time.
Okay.
That's why.
Finally.
That's why it was like. Oh, he left. Well, okay.
Hey, how can I copy these? I need one.
Copy.
Yeah, like
Oh,
whole
people
thing.
are taking. You're supposed to control paste. That's funny.
Yeah, I tried, but I never get okay.
Wait, and so do we all just add scores, or we're supposed to end up with like one score that we all agreed on in this section?
Yeah, ideally you're not working with 20 people and only 4.
Oh, I get it. Okay. So you would have a conversation in the breakout rooms. We would have a conversation, decide yes, no, blah blah blah, and then just put like a score and roles in teams or something.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so that first section should really just have like one sticky for does it have a leader, two stickies for are there specific contributors who only work on it. So one sticky answering each question with a number on it.
Yeah, or you could just, work it out, and yeah. Or if you're able to work it out, just like have a number for the whole section, but if you want to work on it question by question.
Okay. I get it.
Well, that's very.
Yeah, it makes much more sense to me right now too. So yeah, maybe we can start messing around and going to the groups.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
down to go to the groups now just to streamline it.
Okay, good. Yeah, because otherwise we'll spend a lot of time just doing this first example. So if everyone
Thanks.
feels empowered, yes, good. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Corey.
No, it's just thanks for all the stickies, guys. It's like 1,000 in there. It's amazing.
Okay, we'll put 20 minutes on the board now. If you would like to join Franco, we will go to the DAO only. I'm assuming everybody here has the DAO role. Great. If you would like to join Corey, go to the communications group right there. If you would like to join Nicola, go to the community, or no, let's go to unicorns only because the community one's open. If you'd like to join Lauren, let's go to Give Economy. And if you'd like to hang out with Griff,